everybody, thank you for stopping by my channel. I would ask you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button and make a comment down below. Let's get into it. So there's a very important story that's been going viral on social media that I wanted to talk to you about today. A young lady by the name of Shanquella Robinson, who traveled to Cabo with a group of friends for a weekend vacation. And unfortunately, Shanquella did not return to her home in North Carolina alive. Now, there have been multiple conflicting reports about what exactly happened to Shanquella. Her family says that they have been told by multiple people that have traveled with Shanquella that they've heard different versions of what happened. They've also received the autopsy report back from the Mexican government that there were some blunt force trauma. And there has been a video that has surfaced online that clearly shows that Shanquella was assaulted. So they're just trying to get to the bottom of exactly what happened and get justice for their daughter. Now, one of the questions I keep seeing online is a lot of people really want to know exactly what can the U.S. government do, if anything, for crimes that happen to U.S. citizens while they're visiting other countries. So a few months ago, I was actually reporting on another case, and I had an interview with a retired judge who is now a practicing attorney, and I posed this exact question to him. This is what he had to say. These deaths that happened, and can he be held accountable for them?
If they happen in Hawaii, absolutely, because obviously Hawaii is one of the 50 states. But if it's something that happened in another country, the United States doesn't necessarily have jurisdiction to investigate and charge someone. They don't have jurisdiction. So what we talk about when we talk about the courts and the legal system is the question of jurisdiction. It's one that we face in court every day. It's one they face in federal courts, but one we face in state courts. And if you look at the laws, someone can only be charged based on what the law says. So I can't charge someone in Ohio for a law that says something in Florida. I don't have jurisdiction
Right.
over something that happens outside of my borders, my geographic borders. So
Mhm.
Georgia can't charge him for what happened in Hawaii. The federal government could, the Hawaiian government could, which is, just state court. Or if it happened in another country, the other country can charge him. Now, there then becomes a question federally: can the U.S. government pursue criminal charges against someone who acts against a U.S. citizen? If he is accused of doing something to a U.S. citizen in another country, arguably the government may have jurisdiction to prosecute him for taking the life of that person. But even then, the likelihood is that that foreign government would have to initiate charges and then request extradition or taking him from the United States and sending him over to that country for his trial to be heard. We've seen this numerous times over the years in pretty highly publicized cases.
So this morning I reached out to Attorney Rucker just to make sure I was clear on what exactly he was saying, and this was our exchange. I know we discussed this. I just went back to our interview and listened to it again regarding jurisdiction. So, for the situation with the girl Shanquella Robinson, who was killed in Mexico, presumably by someone she traveled to Cabo with, it's also a U.S. citizen. The U.S. government could perhaps get involved, right? And his response back to me was, that's correct. In fact, the FBI is working with the Mexican authorities on this right now. If they establish a crime occurred between two American citizens, they can pursue it here. Something similar happened some years ago where a Mexican national killed another Mexican national in the U.S. and fled to Mexico. Mexico prosecuted themselves because it involved two citizens of their country. So that's basically the same situation that happened in this case, except it was in reverse. So I hope that helped explain any questions anybody would have about what jurisdiction the U.S. would have in prosecuting these individuals should they be found to be held responsible for the death of Shanquella. I pray that her family gets all the love and support that they need to get through the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. And for anyone who doesn't know this story, I'm going to leave a link to the news story in the description of this video. And until the next one, you guys stay blessed.